Still doing the live stream.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in, folks. I'm upstate out with AZB TV, and we are coming to you live from the Turning Stone Casino and Resort in Verona, New York. And you are watching the Turning Stone Classic XXIV. What a match we got coming up for you right around the corner. Roberto Gomez, the Filipino Killer, Superman versus SVB, Shane Van Boening coming up. We're going to be joined in the booth shortly by the legendary Danny DiLiberto and also Tino Barberi out of Canada. And most likely Jerry Forsythe might come in later on or maybe during this match. Before we get underway, we want to personally thank MolinariGlove.com, Mr. Ira Lee, getting on board with AZB TV to let us stay on the road and bring these free live streams to you. Please go to MolinariGlove.com and support Ira Lee. The gloves are really tremendous. In fact, Roberto Gomez is wearing one. You'll see him come up shortly. If you make an order with Molinari Glove, use the promo code TSTONE and you'll receive 5% discount on your order. Would like to thank Dan Hydrick, Hydrick Custom Cues, the Easy Bridge, and this is what it looks like right here. That is the Easy Bridge. And that you can find at cousinscues at AOL.com and ask all the questions you want. We want to remind you that the 4th Annual Steinway Classic is coming up November 1st through the 3rd. And we'll be there to bring you that live stream. It's a championship stream. It's 128 strong players. We want to give a big shout out. And please support iPlayPool.com. Jeanette Lee, Vice President. Jordan Gardenberg, president of this company. You can learn every game with the champions right there. If you use the promo code TURN15, you will receive a $35 discount on your membership. Right after the Turning Stone, we're heading to Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island, September 5th through the 7th. And we're going to bring you the Eastern States Championships. This is the 2nd annual. We did the first one. It was a blowout. We had so many players. It was incredible. We will be there. Gotham City Billiard Club in Brooklyn with $11,000 hard, cold cash. And it's the Gotham City inaugural 9-ball pro classic. It's a professional tournament. 64 players. The first 64 to get in and paid will guarantee their spot. Make sure to get in touch with Mr. Tony Robles. We want to personally thank Kevin Buckley and Isabel Buckley. And FA Clothing Company, Mr. Brian Russell. He's designing all different kind of shirts. And you can go to FAClothingCompany.com and you can get your official Turning Stone shirt right there on his site. Well, I don't know what microphones we got these guys on, but we're going to try to get them on. Is that you guys?
I'm on here. Yeah.
Danny?
I'm here.
Well, Danny DiLiberto and Tino Barberi in the box. Thanks, guys, for sitting in. What's up, folks? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Mr. Zuglin coming down.
He's our defending champ. He won this event back in January, and he won the event we had before that in September. So he's won the last 2 of these.
And good morning to everybody in the chat. I see a lot of good mornings out there. And Scotty B, what's up? I understand Todd Nevins from Providence got banned yesterday, and I don't know why, but he shouldn't be banned. I don't know how to check the ban list, but I'm going to take a look. And I believe this is it right here. And Todd, if you refresh your chat, Todd, you should be able to
He's a former Moscone Cup Team USA
sign in.
as well. He's a master of the table.
We want to say A big shout out to Foxy Blue 52. We hope you are feeling better. We understand that you are a little ill this morning.
Hey, Foxy. I haven't talked to you in a while.
That's right. Danny did talk to Foxy Blue. In fact, he almost fell in love. I had to hold him back. He was like a vicious alligator.
You're
after
right. You're right.
That's right.
Okay, on table number 8, we have the live stream. As I said, we are, AZ Billiards is down. For some unknown reason, they're working on it, but if you want to tell your friends to watch this match, go to ustream.tv and search for Turning Stone. You'll find it there. First from South Falls, South Dakota, he's on our poster. He's a 2-time winner right here at Turning Stone. He's a 4-time U.S. 9-ball champion, U.S. Open 9-ball champion, won the last 3 of those in a row. And that's coming up again pretty soon down in Virginia. And he's also a 2-time Whirlpool Masters champion. He won the second of those just last week. He flew in here from England to be here with us. He's sponsored by Q-Tech, Shane Van Boening. His opponent's from Manila in the Philippines. This is his first time here. I've heard about this gentleman for quite some time. And just, the main thing in here is 2008, he was back-to-back Philippine Open champ. We all know how good the guys in the Philippines play. This gentleman won twice in a row a Philippine Open championship. And it's his first time here, and we welcome great player Roberto Gomez. Okay, good luck, players. And please, everyone, remember to turn the ringers off on your cell phones. It can be very distracting to the players. And that goes for you players as well. And pictures, if you want to take pictures, it's okay, but please do so without the flash and without
For the lag.
the laser lights that are associated with the pictures. And also remember, we have 1 cue left, 1,275, another custom engraved jazz cue. We're going to give that away today, right before the 7 o'clock finals. Anyone can participate. You don't have to be present to win. Ticket prices are $5 each, 3 for 10 and 7 for 20. I have the queue right up here.
And I want to say good morning to Herb Pearson.
Purchase your tickets up here as well. Just put your name and phone number on any tickets you purchase, and if you're not here, we'll call you immediately.
Oh,
You're all right. You're all right. You're all right.
not really.
I'll get it.
Oh, we got it.
It's your other foot.
We're
It's your
okay.
other foot, Danny. There you go. Perfect. Now I got my own foot.
All right, so good morning, folks. Tino Barbieri alongside with Danny D. Liberto. Danny, how you like this one? U.S. Open champion against the Filipino champion. What's your call on this one?
Well, I got to tell you this. A fan came up to me a little while ago, and they said, how would Shane Van Boening do in the old days? He would have been a contender every tournament, just like he is now. You know, and I've been around 55 years. I've seen the best play, and my opinion counts. This guy could have played in any era
Absolutely.
and been a threat.
And at the young age, too.
You know, he impressed me the very first time. He was 24 years old, playing in the U.S. Open, 50,000 first place, and he held up very well.
Yeah, I first met him down at the U.S. Open. Jerry Tarantola of NYC Grind says, hey, Al, come here. I want you to meet somebody. And I said, well, hi, how you doing? I'm upstate Al. He says, I'm Shane Van Boening. And Jerry says he's not only Shane Van Boening, he's the South Dakota kid, and he's going to be a U.S. champion soon enough. And, well, he's got 4 titles under his belt. What does that say?
Pretty good prediction on my part. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so Roberto came up with a nice little cut break. You can see the 1, but unfortunately does not access past the 6. You like stopping the cue ball beyond the 5 and sending the 1-2 rail up table, Danny?
Yeah, I would try to freeze him on the 5 ball. He's got a good chance to do that. You know, shoot the 1 past the 8.
The 6 ball up there,
It's
yeah.
6,
Gotcha,
okay.
yeah.
It's
hard
dark.
to see. Yep.
And try to...
Oh, he fooled us.
Yeah, he fooled us. He had a shot.
Didn't want that kiss on the 5 because he had position for that 2 on the bottom right. But now he's actually probably forced to play a combo, but I wouldn't think he would take that on.
Well, only if it's free. he could hit it full enough to draw behind the 3-ball, he could shoot this.
Can you see the tool like full enough to actually hold the rock there?
I think he could. Yeah, it's not as thin as it looks, but he's not shooting
No,
that.
he's not.
He's cutting at this.
He's playing a billiard probably.
No billiard, but he's cutting it. And he overcut it.
Well, he got a reward, too. Did get position on the 3, but the 3 is blocking the path towards the 2-ball.
You can see a little bit of the paint on the left-hand side of the 2 here.
Well, like I say with Billy and Cardona, when the guy says, oh, he got away with it, he didn't yet.
Right. It looks like Shane does
Let
have
me
the shot.
know.
He's
Yeah,
got the
I
shot.
think he can make it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he saw enough of it.
How's the speed?
Perfect.
Good enough. Well, the thing about playing a guy like Shane is you got to let him win. You can't give him any games, you know. You got to beat him because he's not going to give away much.
Yeah, he's not going to make too many mistakes. So
And back to Gomez, first time I've seen him, and I heard many times that the Filipinos have 50 more players that could play real well, but they can't afford to get here. And this is one of them. And right now, he's like dominating.
And out of those 50 players, mind you, a lot of them are like 16, 17 years old.
It's scary.
You
It's
know?
really scary. Efren told me when I last saw him, he says we have like a 15-year-old kid in the Philippines that's going to be a world champion soon. And when Efren speaks, everybody listens. So there are many piranha over there, Danny. And that's the word that Gomez used, Roberto used when I was talking to him down in New York City. I said, you got a lot of fish over there. He says, yeah, but they're piranha. Anyway, it's 1-0. Shane Van Boening drawing first blood right here in this match.
And you know how they play in the Philippines?
Rough.
Damp, hot pool rooms, open air, very tough to play.
With bugs on the table, guys walking around just taking out the little, you know what I mean?
It's amazing.
The conditions
you
are
see-
like unheard of.
You see some of those YouTubes where like Efren's challenging matches and they're outdoors.
And you hear chickens.
yeah, it's amazing. That's a lot of pressure handling. And the crowd is 5 feet away from the table, you know, screaming their heads off.
But I don't rush to give a 15-year-old world champion credentials. They got to prove it.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
you know, at 15, anything can happen, and they can meet a girl somewhere, and that won't help.
You're right. You're right. Well, let's not be biased here. Nothing against
Couples.
females.
and couples that are and pool players
But
that
Danny
are in
doesn't.
relationships.
Danny doesn't mind. He's allowed to get away with that.
Yeah. He's earned his stripes to actually get away with everything. All right, so Shane came
Well,
up dry on this one.
You know what I always say, women and working are against your stroke.
Sometimes, like they say, you know, that's the way it is because in pool, if you have anything stuck in your mind besides what you're focusing on, can sort of destroy your game.
Well, remember Samson, the strongest man ever lived. A woman got him.
Oh, I thought he cut his hair and lost his
Well,
strength.
the woman cut it.
Yeah, he's going to follow probably. Follow 2 rails between the 5 and 6 here, Danny?
No, I think you go backwards. I think you draw 2 rails backwards.
I think he's going forward, inside
Well,
spin.
let's see.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
He's got more obstructions that
yeah,
way.
you're right, Danny.
You got to go to path with no obstructions, and he knows that. They know which way to go.
You
know.
take the simple way out, yeah.
Yeah, you could predict all you want, but when a Filipino is playing, they know the game, and whatever he's doing, you can bet it's the right way. He's got a perfect angle to go 1 rail.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's got his choice. He can go forward 2 rails, or he could draw it 1 rail. I like drawing that.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. punch to the side rail and play the 6 in the side or in the corner. All depends
No,
how.
no, the side.
The side, yeah.
You want to go to the side. See, this angle gets you to the 7 better. You know, it is great position when all you got to do is make the ball and you fall on the next one. And that's what you're looking to do. Like here, a little draw, go one rail, almost where you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He's got the great angle to play the 8 and 9 in the same pocket. And I always say it, you got the Paricas, the Efrons. Who was the leader to get them there? You know, they had to have someone that knew what they were doing, that they followed, you know, like the United States. You know, the players that came out of Rochester, like Hubbard and Siegel, they had Irving Crane. You know, so every city that has a great champion, other players will come out of that city.
That's true.
Now, who was it in the Philippines? I get different reports on that, but you know they had to have someone that knew they were doing what they were doing.
So who do you think was before Jose Perica and Efren? That's the thing.
That's
you know?
what I'm questioning. I wasn't there. You know, here I've been in the pool world now, like I said, 55 years. So I know about the Cranes and the Lassiters and the Balsas and even the Harold Worst. Of course, Harold Worst died at a young age, but he played everything, including 3 cushion. You know, he was from Michigan, and he, at 16 years old, went on tour with Willie Hop for 3 cushion exhibitions, and Willie Hop had to let him go because he played too good. And he died at like 39 of some form of cancer.
Wow.
Know him very well. What a great player.
That's quite an age to go away.
Slow break has been working, but not that time.
No, and give him a pinpoint position for Shane. Nice little layout here.
Yeah, Shane will take advantage. Shane gets out every time he's supposed to, plus the times he's not supposed to. And that's how you win tournaments. See, and this is perfect position because you only got to make the ball and you go one rail between the 5 and 8. Well, he didn't. I would have went between them, but you know.
He went the other side because he has that angle to go from the 3 to
I
the
know,
4.
but what if you hit that ball on the way? You know, you might have snookered yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people, when the balls are all open, don't hit any of them because you only can make them worse. In that time, you know, he almost brushed that ball, but nevertheless, he's got great cue ball. That's what I told someone earlier. Forget about him pocketing. He hits the cue ball better than anyone I ever saw. That's why he gets such action without shooting hard. He hits that cue ball perfectly. See it?
Yeah.
Make the ball. You got the angle automatically to the 7.
Very fluid in the stroke. You're right, Danny.
Yeah, he hits that cue ball great.
Oh, look at this.
Well, I got him.
You sure did.
You don't figure him to miss. You know, that's a rare miss because he doesn't give anything away, but he gave that one away.
Even when he played that 5, he wasn't too happy with the angle on that 6. I saw his face, and
Well, I don't understand.
But that's not an excuse to miss the ball, though.
No, he got perfect, I thought. I don't know what you think he didn't do. He missed the 6. Look
He
where
didn't
he
hit
got.
it right, that's for
He
sure.
missed the ball.
Yeah.
He got good on it.
Oh, look at here. Roberto is
Oh,
not
he's
too
got
happy.
he's going to be over the top or behind.
He brushed that 8 a little bit and got...
Well, you want to be better than this.
oh, for sure.
with the 7, 8, 9 on the table, because now you got work to do and you don't have a gimme shot on the 7. You know, he's supposed to get better than this, and he knows it.
Yeah, of course he does.
Shane just gave him this opportunity, and now he could blow it, you know, because this is not automatic. You know, the shot is tough, then the position is tough.
And when Shane gives you an opportunity, you best take advantage of it.
You better.
And he knows that.
Yeah, he didn't get good here. That's why he's hesitating. Yeah.
He wants to spin it on the left-hand
Yeah,
side.
he wants to go 2 rails and
Yeah.
maybe play the 8 inside, but I think you make the ball, and wherever you fall, you try to get from the 8 to the 9, but make the ball. See what I mean? Wherever it falls, you got to be happy.
Anywhere
Make the
except
7.
behind the 9. Oh,
No, he's all
That's
right.
good. he'll just play this in the corner.
That's the difference between champions and just ordinary players.
Yeah.
The champions will improvise. Well, Shane gave one away there.
And Roberto almost didn't accept it.
Yeah. Exactly. And also Roberto broke first.
Yeah,
and
that's
it is
true.
a winner's break format. And you don't want to get too far behind whether you're Shane or Roberto.
Well, especially with winter breaks, you know, you
Right.
give away a game, it might be 3 or 4 of them.
And you can see in the background, Tino, Jason Shore and Aline, right?
Yeah.
Another strong match. Jason Shore snapping this tournament off and winning it.
3 in a row.
Two, right?
I thought it was 3.
I believe it's 2, and he's going for a three-peat. Or maybe it was 3. You might be right, Danny.
I was right once last year.
Yeah.
See if he does something different to the break. He played a cut break, spread the balls very well, but failed to pocket a ball. Now you're just looking at to see how he can make one of the wing balls or.
He played the soft break, and
Yeah.
that didn't work.
So is
I
he
would
gonna-
have to give it one more chance.
I would. And
I give the soft break one more chance.
Would you change a little bit the speed, just a little tad, or
No, I wouldn't.
do the same thing?
Do the same thing? He got plenty of action. It's just no balls found a hole. Yeah, give it one more time.
Predicting the 7 ball in the corner here.
Oh, that
No.
time he whacked it.
Yeah.
He made the 1 in the side. The thing about hitting them hard is you lose the cue ball a little bit. I don't know if he's got a shot on the 2. He's looking. He might have to spin it.
Doesn't appear that he has
No,
a shot,
I
but that 9 ball's making that bottom corner pretty huge.
Well,
He
I
sees
don't
it
know.
full enough to actually play a bank. I like this. Play a bank, 2 rails, kiss it off the 9 in the corner.
Boy, you're making me wish I played you. Play it off the 9. The 9 is 4 inches from the pocket. You can hit the 9 in good spot and not make the 2. You know, it isn't automatic. I think here he might be looking at spinning the ball. There is no push.
No. Spinning the
you're
ball
gonna
in the
sell out.
pocket. You're going to massate a cue
I
ball
think he
to make
could
it in the
mass
pocket.
it, yeah, because that'll bring him to the 3 in the side.
I don't think he has that shot, though.
I know, but I'm just making possible.
It is a possible. See where he's
You know,
looking here?
There is no push, and I don't like the bank because you don't get position automatically with the bank.
Yeah, the 3 is a below the side pocket, so that's he's in a tough little predicament here.
Well, he'll figure it out.
Interesting shot. Interesting shot.
I don't know.
Shane didn't even bring his cue stick to the table.
Shane's not going to give it back.
No, Shane will play this.
You know, I really think he could spin it. But let's see what Shane thinks, because that's another guy, whatever he decides, you can bet it's the right way.
If you spin this to the right, bring the cue ball 2-3 rails behind the 9-5.
Shane gives
No,
him the
you don't
go-ahead.
go that far.
Okay.
You can go almost where you are right now, spinning it in. Oh, he gave it back. So now Gomez had something in mind. Whenever you push, you got to have a plan.
He
Yeah.
tried my shot.
Yeah, but you see how
Yeah.
it wasn't so possible? The
Oh,
9 was
look
not
how
in a
fortunate
good
he
spot.
got, though.
He didn't yet, Billy.
Billy.
I'll let you know after this shot.
After this shot.
You know Billy's listening in, Danny.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Billy right now is betting sky high in Vegas with the poker players.
Nice little shot there. Look at this.
He almost got really rewarded.
Yeah. Played that 2 off the kiss on the side. It was dead. It was a dead carom, so well played there. I want to say I'm a big fan of yours, Dan. I'm a big fan of Billy. I'm a big fan of Al, and I'm very glad to be here.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Billy called me one time when I was on doing a pay-per-view in New York City. He says, "Hey, Al," he says, "I can't get on the stream." I said, "Well," I said, "there's got to be a problem on your end." I said, "What did you pay for?" He says, "I paid for the Genki Memorial. We were doing a stream after that." I said, "Well, we're doing a different stream." I said, "All you had to do was call me and tell me to give you a pass. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even want to charge you."
Yeah, Billy's my good friend and a good friend of the pool players.
Sure is.
You know, and last year when I got sick and couldn't go to the U.S. Open to do the commentary, Billy called me. I don't know if he wants me to say this because it'll
Well, then
open
don't
up,
say it.
it'll open up the bite for other players. He said, "Danny, I'm going to send you $2,000. You can't go to the U.S. Open." He said, "I'm going to send you $2,000.
I remember you telling me that.
Which he did, you know. So everybody, the bite is open.
The bite is open right now.
I
Good
hope.
luck with that, though. And Danny, Billy, and the whole gang, you can find them on a DVD that has been
By
made
Diana.
and produced by the great Diana Hoppy.
Yep. The Road Scholars, it's called.
And
There
there she
she
is,
is.
right on your screen there, folks.
Look at that smile.
The Princess of Pool right there. And you can see the DVDs on the four corners and many more beyond that. This gentleman in the booth is on 2 of those DVDs, and you want to catch Danny in his funny moments of life, buy one of those DVDs.
So this DVD, let me get it straight. It's all about your stories back in the day
It's a
with
bunch
the boys.
of us sitting there, and we all got stories.
Nice.
But Danny is one of the best storytellers.
Danny's the WAP.
I'm glad Alex said that because I believe that too. But you know what? I lived longer than everybody, so I got to have more stories. You know what I mean?
Just makes sense.
Yeah, most of the gentlemen on there passed away already. Right, Danny?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he scratched, I believe.
No,
Sorry
no,
about
no.
that, guys.
One ball went in.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
he
where
did
did
scratch.
the cue ball
Yeah.
go?
Oh, it disappeared. It's a magic act.
I saw it going towards the pocket, and then we put Diana's face on, which is a nice face. But I saw the ball going in the pocket, so I played position for it to go. And now Gomez has an easy layout, I believe.
Yeah, the only problem, the only difficulty, or maybe something he has to pay attention, is the angle from the 5 to the 6. That's about it.
Well, I don't think
What a-
that's a problem.
What am I doing over here? Sorry about that. Diana, we got you
Look,
keyed
we're
up.
sick of seeing Diana's face.
No, never get sick of seeing Diana's face.
I could say that because we're close friends.
What was it, last year or the year before when we had that big snowstorm and you got into that, the truck whacked you from behind and Diana
I was
drove
in
all
the
the way up?
hospital, and she drove from South Carolina to Buffalo through a snowstorm
Yes, she did.
to bail me out of the hospital because they wouldn't let me out unless I had someone to take care of me. And she was great.
And
But
Diana,
you were okay.
No, he wasn't okay. It looked like he
No,
had his hands tied behind his back, and he
So-
let Tyson beat on him
So
for about
the
4
question,
rounds.
That's right.
why would you want to get out of the hospital if you weren't feeling well, or like you needed to take care of?
Listen, hospitals are not fun.
Don't tell me that.
Somebody
I know
else
that.
came up, right? What's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Amanda.
Amanda came.
Amanda
I
came
had
up.
2 women taking care of me,
Oh my God, you're such a lucky guy.
and they're both beautiful.
They are.
My brain was bleeding, guys. The doctor said, Danny, your brain is bleeding. I said, what do we do now? He said, well, if it doesn't stop, we'll have to go in your head. I said, nobody going in my head. He said, then you'll go in a coma and die. But luckily, the bleeding stopped.
Nobody's going in my head.
Well, you know, we're going nip and tuck all the way, and right now, even Danny doesn't like those words, nip and tuck, and
Well, we
he
checked
dogged
them
it.
all. We checked them all, you know. Jimmy White and I would check a lot of those sayings. What does nip and tuck mean?
Right.
It has to do with a sewing term. But there's a lot of them that are funny, you know, like don't change horses in midstream.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be on a stream on a horse. Really?
Why do they have to pick on pets anyway? Animals.
Yeah, when they say you dogged it.
Yeah.
Don't-
Dogs got more
don't play
heart than
pool.
anybody.
They don't play pool.
Well, I've seen a couple of pictures and frames with dog playing poker and pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Well, you know the best poker player in Vegas is a German Shepherd dog? Really?
Really?
Yeah. He smells them, he knows the cards, but he never wins. You know why?
Why?
He's got a good hand, he wags his tail.
You don't need egg and ham? Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you looked at it like... Never mind. They're reading the Braille. Or the Holy Grail.
Predicting Roberto's going to whack him again, Danny?
The what?
Do you predict that Roberto's going to whack them again?
Yeah.
He's going to play.
I don't know.
That's his break. That's
He
his,
made the one on the side last time. Why change it? You know, if you have success, don't
Yeah.
change it. And see it?
Yeah.
He almost made the one again, but almost doesn't count. But he made the 6 on the side.
Little cluster on the top right, but the two seems to go in the corner.
maybe. Yeah.
I think it passes.
Yeah.
We'll see in a little while. I mean, my good friend Alex said maybe.
Maybe.
So we'll
it's a very-
respect the maybe, but I think he's wrong.
I think too.
But
Okay.
if he doesn't have it, he certainly has a great safe. Brush the 2 on the side and freeze him behind the 7. You don't always have to play to run out, folks.
Here's the thing. If the 2 goes so easily in that pocket, Roberto would have been shooting at
Right.
the 2 by now.
You're right. Good observation.
But I think it's doable too. You can.
I don't know about
These are
that.
diamond tables, so you have to be so careful not to hit the side of the pocket.
Well, what helps
Because-
him also, the 3 is right there, so he doesn't have to play the 2
Yeah.
that hard.
Yeah, he has to softly roll it in.
I think he's playing the safe. Now he can roll right behind the 7 if the 2 doesn't go.
He may be able to kind of throw it in or something.
We'll see how he plays with the angle at.
Well, he looks like he's aiming to shoot it, but I think he's got a good safe.
He's
goes.
playing safety. I see it. I'm right behind the stroke, and he's playing a safety.
Yeah.
So he'll
Go-
tuck that cube
freeze
up.
him. Well, he,
He
played the billiard
on
yeah.
the 7. Wow, that was a nice one.
See, anytime you got an idea with a Filipino, he has a better idea.
Yeah.
Look at that, and he controlled it too.
Wonderful.
That was not an accident.
No, of course not. Make sure he has a nice angle on that 4, a couple of inches off the rail to float down on the other side of the table for
It's
the
going to
5.
be tricky because you're dealing with the 9. If you try to get real good on it, you could snooker yourself. So he's going to have to take a bit of a cut to make sure he doesn't snooker himself. Well, what's this? If he gets straight in, he won't like it. But he's got just enough angle to get where he's pointing.
Yeah, so
The
he's gonna
Filipinos
force
will up
follow
to
it.
point where they're
Yeah.
going to get. I don't think he has to force anything. Just make the ball, and you're going to go there pretty good.
So force follow a little bit.
But, like I said, he doesn't have a gimme now, because he still has to go to the 8. You don't want to hit the 8, so
No.
he's going to spin forward with a little left, try to get to the 8 in the side.
There you go.
That will get him to the 9.
There you go.
The main thing here is don't miss.
Hey, Junior, the server's down. AZ blew
I'm
your
surprised
server.
he played it that way, because now he doesn't have perfect angle to fall on the 9. I would have gone forward and shoot the 8 in the side.
I would have taken your shot as well, Danny, there.
He was afraid to hit the 8 because
Oh, he wouldn't have hit it with a little left. No, he would have been fine, but, you can't second guess these guys.
they're much closer to the ball than we are.
Look
Yeah,
at
you
this.
see what I mean?
Yeah, he got lucky, though.
He didn't get lucky yet, Billy. I would
Shane
rather
is
be
gonna kick it
shooting.
in.
I would be happy shooting this instead of my opponent. I mean, it's sitting pretty good.
He didn't take time to shoot it. That's
No,
why.
he played the 7 wrong or the 5 wrong.
You're right. But once you got the difficult shot, you have to take an extra minute, to look.
Not a
at the-
minute.
Okay, 30 seconds.
See, I knew he was.
Yeah,
Like I said, I would
yeah.
rather be shooting than my opponent on that shot. So now he gave one away. Very rare for these two
It
guys to give
happens.
games away.
It happens. But against Shane, giving a game away is a big weight.
Well, giving the game away to Gomez is also not too good.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, they win this game and they're breaking. That game might mean 3 or 4.
He hit the rail on the way.
But he hit it soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little pocket speed, so the pocket just gulped that ball in.
Well, that was a big game for Shane. It's tie now instead of being 2 games behind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he made it 7 in the side. Where are you, 1? He got position. Look at this.
Open table.
1 to the 2, to the 3.
Completely.
Maybe the 4 on the side, all depending.
Well, first of all, you got to fall on the 3 good.
Yeah.
And he's got a good chance to do that.
He didn't
Especially
crash
if
the
you get
rack.
this close.
He wants to make sure he falls on the other side of the line of the 3, so he floats the cue ball to play
You're
the
right.
4 or on the side or on the top.
I'm sure he'll do that.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay.
Hey, Danny.
Interesting.
This is not great.
No, I don't.
Danny, we got a question in the chat for you from Tommy Jr. up in Connecticut. We all know.
Yeah.
He says he wants me to ask you how Larry Lascotti would have stacked up against these young guns.
Well, Larry was a great player. As you know, he beat Miserak when Miserak was playing super. He beat Miserak twice to win the World Straight Pool Tournament. But Larry was not the most clean, athletic guy, So that's the only thing I would say against Larry. He was my good friend, traveling partners, chased women together. We went to racetracks together. But he didn't take care of himself. That's why he's no longer with us. but we all miss him. And he was a very sharp guy.
Sure was. Had a lot of stories to tell. He always kept a smile on everybody's face.
And he created action in a pool room.
Yes, he did. No matter where he went, he was always colorful, calling people out. And there is a Larry Lascotti Memorial Tournament every year they hold up in Connecticut.
Danny, back in the day, did you ever come to Canada, Montreal, or Toronto and play in tournaments or even matches with some of the pros up there?
You want to hear my Montreal story?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I just want to warn the guys. Just a couple of seconds. I want to say hi to the guys in Montreal before you tell that story, so you're gonna get their attention.
Okay.
Bonjour à tout le monde. J'étais avec Danny DiLiberto et on est ici à Turning Stone. Puis j'ai demandé à Danny DiLiberto, grand légende du monde du billard. Et voilà, bonjour Danny DiLiberto ici. J'ai demandé dans son jeune temps s'il est déjà venu à Montréal, au Canada, ou au Toronto même. Pour jouer dans un tournoi ou pour jouer des gros matchs avec des joueurs. Puis lui, il y a une histoire, évidemment, il va le dire en anglais. Il y a une histoire quand il est à Montréal. Go ahead.
Well, that's good. You talked right through my story now. So they might never hear it. I don't want to talk while they're playing. I had a chance to tell the story quick, but I'll tell it later.
Watch the 7, folks. 7 and the 3 ball down.
J'ai volé son temps parce qu'il voulait le dire pendant qu'il raquait les boules. Là, il va le dire à la prochaine rack. Fait que soyez attentifs.
Well, like I
Excuse me,
said
7 and 5.
yesterday, Kikatsuvai.
Kikatsuvai.
That means what's going on here. The
Yeah.
guy's going to rattle away in French.
Kikatsuvai. Yeah. I'm glad we cannot swear in French, but we can swear in any other languages because most of the people
That's
don't
not
understand.
swearing. I don't swear.
Danny is the cleanest
I never swore
storyteller.
in my life.
I believe you.
Well, it's true.
Look at this shot here.
See, if I got mad enough at someone, I just punched them. I didn't swear.
It hurts more, right?
It does, yeah.
Danny,
You know
what
the
do you do
story.
here, Danny? Do you a billiard or the two? Does the two pass the three?
No.
I don't see that. I don't think the two passes the
I
three.
don't
though.
like the billiard, but if he hits it thin enough, he can get position for the 2. I like banking. You know, if it's a gamble, you don't want to gamble right now with a guy like Gomez. So I would just bank the 2 perpendicular towards where the cue ball is. You might go right behind the 3, but the main thing is distance on the 2. You know, that's
like
the
that.
important part.
Yeah,
I
make
don't
sure
think
you
you
send
wanna-
it
yeah.
to 2 up table and probably freeze it on the rail. Yeah, the distance is
Or
important.
close to it.
Yeah.
Well, he's looking right now for the billiard, but he's going to have to hit the paint. But if he does, that'll control the 2 for the right-hand corner next. He looks like he's
He
shooting
could be
that. He's
snooker
shooting
than the
it.
2 ball.
He played it hard enough to play it on the side.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good here. Everything passes.
Excellent shot. That was
Just don't miss. I don't think he has that in his plan, the missing. He's a straight shooter. See, he put a little right-hand English so he didn't deal with the 8 and 9
There
there.
you go.
You know, all this comes into the game. You know, you got a full rounded game if you think all this stuff. And he sure knows how to play. And I interviewed him once. I said, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I said, who in the world did you learn how to play from there? He said, on my own. I said, you learned on your own? He said, yep. And he did.
Yes.
And he's a great player.
He's the hardest practicing professional
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
he practices. Like when he won the U.S. Open, I got up one morning, 4 in the morning, he was practicing on the table.
Nice.
4 in the morning. He is a great player, and he would have done well in any era.
All right, Danny, our fans want to know that Montreal story.
Okay, yeah. A friend of mine came up to me in Buffalo, that was connected with jockeys at Fort Erie in Toronto. He said, Danny, could you get down at Blue Bonnet Racetrack in Montreal? Because it ran at night. So I asked the bookmakers. I said, I'm going to Montreal and I'm going to fish in the day at night, nothing to do, and the track doesn't have a big handle, so I can't bet good. Will you guys book my bets? So now, I mean, I hate to say this because this is like 50 years later, but we were sitting around the pool in the day with the jockeys, and they were figuring out how to fix the races at night. And they did. And we were winning $4,000 a day. And one day, Friday, went to the room, and the jockey said, what did you and Paulie do? Paulie was my friend who fixed all this. I said, we didn't do anything. He said, the cops got him in the room. Now, I didn't know much then, or I would have just took off. But I went to the room, and they said, who are you? I said, I'm his roommate. They said, you're under arrest too. I said, for what? He said, open the suitcases. My friend Paulie was stealing towels off the maid's cart. Yeah, and they had 45 of them in a suitcase. And they took us off to jail, and I was in prison 2 weeks awaiting trial. And you know, in a prison, all the prisoners know more than any lawyers. So I would go up to them and say, what are they going to do to us? They said, you're Americans, they're not going to feed you, they're going to let you go. And then some would say, no, you're getting 5 years. One guy was in there 18 months for stealing a pair of pants. I said, holy God almighty. And the judge's name was Sorrentino, which is Italian.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an edge. And they said, oh no, we call him the hanging judge. So it came time for the trial. Find us guilty. Sentenced to 5 years. And then the judge says, when could you be out of Montreal? I said, pardon me? He said, if you're out of Montreal by midnight and never come back here again, or you'll do the 5 years, he said, we'll let your sentence go. I said, open the doors and I will start running till I'm out of Montreal, which I did. And I never went back.
You never went back.
There was action too, but I never went back.
Action there was, that's for sure.
He scared the living crap out of you, huh?
No, I don't get scared. I just don't want to go to jail.
Well, you weren't too smart either.
No, then, you know,
Yeah.
I was a young man and I didn't know about all this.
Right. Well, we got another story coming up. Just after this racket's finished, Danny's going to tell a story about Larry Lascotti when they were out in Vegas.
Oh yeah, a good story.
Oh, in the meantime, you can translate the other story into French.
Well, I'll let him do that.
No, not you,
No, that's
Danny.
fine.
Him. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Shane's leading this match 5-3. Does he play the 3-rail stick safe here?
Oh yeah, 4 rails I say.
4, yeah.
Hit it straight on, missed the 8.
How about this?
How about
Oh,
banking the ball?
That
How
was a
about
beautiful
this?
shot.
You didn't.
Wow.
You didn't see him doing that, did you?
He's the only one that saw that.
No, I'll tell you what.
I saw that. I didn't want to say and get into an argument with all the professionals.
No,
here.
you only didn't want to say it because you've been wrong all day.
Yeah. I
Danny,
didn't think he was going to take that bank
I
shot.
know it. You don't bet the game on that, but
No.
I guess he feels good. He's got a 2-game lead, which isn't enough with a guy like Gomez, but he made it, and he got a Mickey
it
Mouse
was a
layout.
very good angle, and he took it.
Yeah, leading up to the story that Al wants me to tell, everybody comes up to me and they say, what's your best story with Larry Lascotti? And it had to do with Vegas at the Stardust.
Listen to this story, folks.
Well, I got to give him the run out here, so I could tell the story so we don't go into the next rack, but
Yeah, go ahead.
we're playing craps. Larry's at the table. He goes broke. I win $2,000. So I said, well, I quit, Larry. Let's stop at the jockey bar for a drink. on the way to the room. Now, the rooms at the time, if you stayed outside, it was like a motel, and it wasn't as expensive as staying inside rooms. So we walked to our rooms, and we had to go by the swimming pool. And it was like 45 degrees, windy, freezing. And we go by the pool, and Larry gets on the board. I said, Larry, jump in, and I'll give you 200. So Larry went up on the board, jumped in the water, came out dripping wet, freezing. I said, Larry, I won. I was going to give you 200 anyway. And he said, I was going to jump anyway.
You got to know Larry, and he's
And
a
Danny.
character. He was a character.
He was.
Yeah.
Very talented. Very. We miss him, but we got a lot of guys we miss now.
Okay, Shane Van Boening right now leads this match 6-3. We're into game 10. The 9 ball goes towards the left-hand corner as the Q and the 1 come to rest on top, and Shane and the 6.
2 balls, almost a 5.
The 8 and the 6 just fall off the planet, and he's dressed up on the 1.
Well, he's got a cut on the 1, which, you know, anytime you got to hit the ball thin, speed to the next ball is a little tougher. So, and he's got obstructions if he tries to go back and forth, because, you know, the 5 enters, the 3 enters, got to not hit any of those. I don't think he could hit it soft enough to not go that far.
Well, the fast tables, he had the window
He
to
did all right.
get the cue ball right down center of the table, and he's perfect on the
He
2 ball.
aimed at that spot on the rail, on the opposite rail, when to hit it and to come back there. Everything is calculated. There's no chance to his game.
Right.
That's
He figured he'll take the shot on the 2, and he got pretty good on it. You know, he avoided being snookered. He avoided hitting any of them. So now it's like make the 2, and you figure to get out. Take a commanding lead here.
Well, I can tell you one thing, folks. We have champions lined up straight down the row here.
Anyway, I got a good Billy and Cardona story, if you want to hear it.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Please do. We're
Yeah.
recording all of these.
And Larry's
we want them for the
involved, too.
archives. We want them for the archives. We're recording them.
Okay.
Yes. Tell them.
Billy, Larry Liscotti, and I are on the road together. And Billy is betting sports. Larry is betting everything. And I'm going with all of it.
You're taking odds on both sides.
Yeah. So now, every time we pass a driving range, golf-wise, Billy stopped, and we had to watch him hit 7 buckets of balls. And if there were a pro there, he took a lesson, too. So this went on for months. Finally, I said, Billy, I've been watching you for months. I said, you stink. I said, I never played, and I never did. I said, I'll give you a stroke a hole for soup to nuts for the 3 of us, which eventually wound up like $280 check. So anyway, I gave Billy a stroke a hole, and I beat him. I robbed him. And I never played again, and Billy never played again. And George Fells wrote it. He said, and the golf loss was Eckstadt's gain.
Wow.
Billy never played golf again, and neither did I. But I threw the golf ball real well, so if the guy wasn't looking, I threw it. In fact, Weenie Beanie, Billy made a game with Weenie Beanie, and he got weight because Weenie Beanie was like almost a pro golfer. So Billy is in the woods, like on his 8th hit, and it's getting dark. He said, Danny, throw the golf ball on the green. Throw it. So Billy made believe he was aiming with the golf club, and I threw the golf ball on the green. And to this day, Weenie Beanie isn't sure, but he thought I threw the golf ball on the green for Billy, which I did. Beanie, you're up there in heaven,
Rest
I
in
hope.
peace.
Yeah, I hope you forgive me. I don't know if he wanted to hit that ball because
Well, it looks like it worked out.
it worked out real well,
Yeah.
but like I said, when balls go, don't hit them because it can only get worse, but this didn't. This got better. So I think he is going to get on the hill.
You know, sometimes when you're shooting all that good and they don't shoot bad at all, you get the good rolls.
Well, that's what happens, folks. If you're playing good, you get the rolls, and if you're not going to get rolls. It's the way it goes. It's almost like the balls have brains.
No, it's just a statistical probability.
Probability.
An outcome.
Alex is out there. Well, it looks like Shane Van Boning's shooting for the hill right here with the sinking of these next two balls. He's leading this match 7-3 as we're enjoying some road stories from Danny DiLiberto right here in the booth. Shane's just going about business like he's walking a dog in a park.
Well, I came with the stories because it looks like this is going to get boring because
We love the
Shane's pulling
stories.
way ahead.
Shane is
You don't need any.
playing
You don't need any
almost-
notes. You don't need any excuses. You don't need any permission. You just swing a left hook and a right hook anytime you want.
Okay.
Here's Danny. Here's the boxing Danny. Well, you want a shot in the arm?
Well, right now, I don't think I could beat any of the women in the fight, but I was a real good fighter. I mean, I lost a lot of weight in the hospital.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that.
Almost scratched, but almost doesn't count. And look, they opened up for him, and even though he's far away, there's no position involved here. If
No.
he had to play position, it would be a tough shot. Now he could cinch it, and he'll have the two straight up the corner and easy position to the three. Just got to cinch it. Roll it in, which makes the pocket bigger, of course. Roll it in, and you got the two. Of course, it's easy up here.
Yeah, just gotta stay down, level
He's
Q.
rolling it.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
The 2 to the 3 is no problem. The 3 to the 5 is no problem. And I imagine that this is going to be a runaway win for Shane, which I know will make him feel good, especially getting a tiger like this on the loser side.
Oh yeah.
And I will call him a tiger.
His nickname is Superman. You knew that.
No, I didn't.
Really?
He doesn't look like Superman.
Yeah, he wears the Superman shield shirt a lot when he's on the road.
That.
Yeah. Next time you see him, you'll probably have it on.
He probably has it under his shirt.
Here comes a draw stroke. You know, he didn't get an angle to go one rail, so he's just going to draw it straight back. And you want to see, he's aiming to draw it where you don't have to hit the 9 off the 6.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to just hit the 6 to go to the 8. And he'll figure this out. He'd like to be around the spot.
That
Good
looks
enough.
about right, yeah.
Good enough, because now the speed, he doesn't have to go into the 9. A little harder, he would hit the 9.
Nice little angle on the 8 to get down table for a 9, and it's
Yeah,
lights
he
out.
got perfect.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's over, Johnny.
Well, for now, it stops Gomez's run, but he's not dead yet, of course. He's on the loser side.
And Roberto says, Shane, that's enough. You whipped me down, and I can't stand no more.
You see that one mistake cost him a match.
Well, it looks like 6 mistakes cost him a match.
Well, he didn't do too much wrong after that.
No.
The only thing he did wrong was show up and let Shane take over.
You're right, Shane played perfect.
9-3 is the final score. We're going to end this recording. We're going to have Danny in the booth. He can
I just
tell
want to
some
take a
more road
second
stories.
to
Yeah,
say,
go right
yeah,
ahead.
I want to say a second to
I just want to end this recording.
Yeah,
1 second.
go ahead.
And we'll get right back to it.
All right.